I know Brie Larson is a huge focus of this channel. Because I like to consider this channel the #1 Brie Larson fan club channel. Even though there are other channels with slightly more videos on Brie Larson than me, I'm catching up. And with Hollywood shut down, there's very little to look forward to with our Queen Brie outside of the occasional giant cucumber video on her YouTube channel.
This isn't even the biggest one. This one was just the easiest one for me to grab.
That's what she said.
But now it appears she has teamed up. It is the absolute dream team. Brie Larson as herself and Van Jones.
Bad when the presence of greatness, 'cause right now that has forsaken us. You should be honored by my lateness, that I would even show up to this fake shit.
Have teamed up for a video where you will be able to harass Brie Larson in virtual reality.
So, like, what are you doing here, Kermit?
Same as you.
You looking for waifus too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Hi, I'm Brie Larson.
I'm not kidding. I don't have VR goggles, but, you know, getting upset, hey, sister, looking good, or hey, Brie, why don't you smile more? I'm sure that's how this is going to go. And I didn't even know this was a thing, but apparently Van Jones got like an Emmy Award for his first one, which we'll take a look at too. Van Jones, obviously, in case you didn't know, absolute moron. This is the guy behind the "this was a white lash."
This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president in part.
And also, I believe the guy talking about the Nothing Burger. He is a fraud, a hack, a shill, and a propagandist. Have I covered Van Jones properly? Van Jones will team up with Marvel stars in VR series that puts you inside spicy harassment. Whew, awesome. After teaming up with Black Panther star Winston Duke to put people in a virtual reality police stop scenario, former Obama special advisor Van Jones is teaming up with Marvel movie star Brie Larson for a spicy harassment episode of his virtual reality film series, The Messy Truth. Jones' first VR project, starring Black Panther player Winston Duke, put viewers virtually in the place of a small boy sitting in the front seat as his father is pulled over, racially profiled, and harassed by a white police officer. The episode won and I know you probably all, this is a very prestigious award, an Advanced Imaging Society Social Justice Lumineer Award. You can even fit the whole name. The trophy's probably like a dinner plate, and it's got the name all the way around it. It also won an Emmy for Outstanding Innovation in Interactive Media. What? An Emmy? Wait till you see this thing. Jones also showcased the police profiling VR simulation at the Conservative Political Action Committee. Getting the Emmy nomination was a trip because we're so scrappy. What? We're so scrappy. You're Van Jones. You're on CNN every night. You have connections all over Washington. What do you mean we're so scrappy? For it to get that kind of acknowledgement is just amazing. Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't just a symbolic one. I'm sure. The next project will put viewers in a small restaurant as they watch Captain Marvel star Brie Larson portray a waitress. You know how many people are going to buy VR goggles just to harass Brie Larson? I mean, is this like a 4D chess move to sell more VR goggles? Is Van Jones in the VR business? The Messy Truth director Elijah Allen Blitz insisted that the film's experience could just change the world. These people are so far up their own rears. It's absolutely hilarious. It is unfathomable to think this highly of oneself. I mean, what world are these people living in? Nobody's even going to watch this thing. Except for, I mean, us, obviously. Because it put viewers inside the film via VR headsets. Yeah, it's really going to change the world to something that less than 0.5% of people own. Yeah, can't wait to see all the upper middle class white kids who have it to play Half-Life Alyx diving into Captain Marvel as a waitress. They called the system an empathy machine because it can make the experience more intimate. When Elijah and I first spoke, I think our first conversation was about empathy, and I realized that I could take what I was already doing a step further with this project. Larson said of her role with Jones, I make movies to be an empathy machine. Really? I believe when you're sitting in a theater, it doesn't matter how many friends or family members you're with, you're alone. And you become one with whoever you're watching. That's thinking awfully high of the immersion of the film. I've certainly been in many films where I had full conversations with the people I was with because the movie was so boring. I found it to be a true marker of when films are getting watched, when they're successful, when they're being talked about. Despite the ideologically charged topics, Jones, CNN newsreader, insists that the VR film series is not propaganda. Really? Really? I mean, you're only highlighting the absolute worst scenarios. I am sure that there's no denying that there are bad stops made by police. There's no denying that there is profiling that happens and that it shouldn't. But the reality is it's still a very, very, very small percentage of the overall stops. And what this film presents is that this is just every single time someone gets pulled over, this is how they get treated. As Yahoo rationalized this way, the goal of this particular project and the specific use of media, says Jones, is not to tell someone how to feel or think or sensationalize an event. Are you sure? You're literally only highlighting a very emotionally charged event, making it VR, saying you want it to be an empathy machine, saying you believe it's going to change the world to the 5,000 people that own VR goggles, but it's not about propaganda or it's not about sensationalizing it. Then why do you care about getting an Emmy? Why do you submit it for award seasons? But instead, it's to allow the individual a scenario themselves in order to reveal an authentic and empathetic response. Well, why don't you use actual footage then? I mean, there is absolutely actual footage out there that exists that isn't with Hollywood actors and actresses in it, faking it. There are absolutely real police stops that are not okay. Why not highlight that? Oh, because it's got to be about you, Van Jones and Brie Larson, obviously. The truth has a way of uniting people. Yeah, remember when Van Jones had that propaganda crap spewed onto the Fortnite screen and everyone was throwing tomatoes at it?
Nani? Oh my god.
Is a universal sound, but it does a lot more than just entertain. You know, hip-hop educates.
Yeah, I remember. The Messy Truth VR experience secures Social Justice Lumineer Award. And then you see the Messy Truth. Now, it's coming out soon. If you actually look at this, now I don't have VR goggles, but of course, they go way over the top. He's just heading down a country road, you know, just minding his own business. And then they let the canine unit in for no reason whatsoever. Everything escalates way over the top and gets super emotional. Yeah, this isn't desired. You know, this isn't designed to make anything look bad at all. Now, I don't know if you can look around in the VR issue. I recommend watching it for a nice dose of cringe. And I don't want to be totally insensitive here. Again, I think this type of thing does happen, and it's not okay when it does. This particular stop one, I obviously have less of an issue with. I think it's a way over the top and double cringe. You wouldn't have the dog on scene that quickly. You wouldn't have I mean, they just have everything that could go wrong, does go wrong. And it just portrays these cops as racist. There's 3 cops on the scene immediately. Dogs bark. The reason here, by the way, in this scene, this mean dog is barking at supposedly his toddler. The point of view you have here is his toddler. So Van Jones, not trying to sensationalize anything, has a police dog barking at a toddler. I'm sure that was just not, I mean, that's just, you know, that wasn't purposely done to amp things up to 11 or 12 Van Jones. I'm really looking forward to Brie Larson as a waitress, when maybe you could give her a little pinch, or maybe you could say, you know, it's going to be hilarious. Here's my prediction. It's going to have, wow, you're much prettier when you smile more. Or you should smile more. Or some poor guy, some poor sap's going to actually, you know, not see a wedding ring and give her his number. And that's going to just be such an emotional experience for this waitress that she's going to end up on the top of a roof and jump off because Van Jones totally isn't sensationalizing anything. I, for one, look forward to this. I don't know if it's going to make me buy VR goggles. Probably not. But I look forward to it greatly. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.